Hello lovely people, Scott the Life Artist back with another video. Look at my hair, I'm starting to look like Hihachi from Tekken. Anywho, today I wanted to fill you guys in on how I relate to the gym and how I've made it a bit of an art and how you can too, and that it doesn't need to be this testing your limits until you break and have an injury and come back in 3 to 6 months. It doesn't have to be like that. So let me tell you about my little story of going to the gym. I've been going to the gym probably for about a decade now, and I love it, I really do. And I noticed when I first got there, I'd be lifting heavier and going as hard as I can and stuff like that. And of course you're excited, you want to test new things. But after a while you settle into it and then you find your own groove. And I suppose this video is for people who are just starting out at the gym or haven't yet been and are curious. So for me, I'd recommend, if you've never been to the gym, when you first go in there, it's a little overwhelming, especially if they're playing like loud music. Some gyms have no music, my gym does. Some don't, especially like a hotel gym or something. Sometimes they can be quite lifeless, but overall they usually have quite a thumping, dancey beat going on, some pop music, and everyone's just, banging on fucking the deadlifts, they're lifting weights, there's sweat. It can be a lot the first time you go in. It can feel quite daunting, especially if you've never been in there before. But what I'd recommend if you're first starting out is simply go in there and just try a few machines. You don't have to force yourself to understand everything from day one. So that's what I did, and the best way for a novice to begin is just begin exploring. And so jump on the treadmill, maybe lift some dumbbells, do some stretches on the mats, and use the pool if there's a pool there. But you don't have to try and compete against others to demonstrate that you can use all the machines and are an expert. So allow yourself to be a newbie and just select like 3 or 4 things to do at the gym that day. Things that feel safe to you, things that feel comfortable. Now, when you then come back next week or the next day, you'll find A, you're stronger, and then B, maybe you want to try other machines out, other kinds of exercises. And one thing that really helps me is, at least it did in the beginning, was watching YouTube videos of masters or experts who know how to do specific exercises. So let's say you want to do something with kettlebells. Look for like kettlebell trainers online, find tutorials, there's plenty of them, and just kind of practice them at home, in the air if you don't have the weights or the kettlebell, just to get the structure down. Because what I notice sometimes is people stick to what they know, because when they then go into the gym, because they haven't practiced that maneuver, they usually get self-conscious and nervous, and then they rationalize saying, oh, I won't do that today. I'll just stick to what I know, I'll just stay on the treadmill for 45 minutes, whatever. But what helped me and what helped build my confidence was basically practicing beforehand in my bedroom or wherever outside of the movement, especially if it feels awkward because your body isn't used to certain practical exercises at the gym. We're just used to kind of sitting down, maybe lifting up an object like a cup of tea, putting on your backpack, running and walking, but that's about it. And then maybe little step jumps getting upstairs. But apart from that, some of the gym techniques can feel quite awkward, even though they're very beneficial. So it helps to practice it in the air, practice it at home or outside before, so you can get the maneuver. So when you go to the big weights, when you go to the mat, whatever you're doing, you're ready, you're prepared, right? And yeah, that's what I do. Another tip I would say for the gym is you don't always have to do as much as you think. And that it's great to go power and go all in. And, you know, if you're entering a competition, I completely understand. You want to get as big or strong as possible. But what I've noticed for me is you can get a lot from the gym without doing too much. As long as you're consistent, you can get a hell of a lot in terms of definition, improving lung capacity, cardiovascular, aesthetics, strength, dignity. All these kind of things, all these powers that you can develop through the gym, you can get, but you don't have to do so much. And the gym truly, from my perspective, unless you're a bit of a masochist, I suppose we're all a little bit like that sometimes, but in my opinion, I believe the gym should be something that can be enjoyed. It shouldn't be painful to the point where you're not having fun. Because if you're not having fun doing it, why are you there? Just to get bigger? Just to get fitter? Like, I understand doing certain stretches and certain training regimens will tax your body in a good way. There's a good kind of pain. Like when I do deadlifts and squats, it's like a good kind of pain because I'm really pushing my system. I'm doing something kind of awkward. I'm not used to it. And it's a strain, but it's a real good stretch and it feels amazing. But there's a certain pain in that, but it's like raw pain. But I mean when you're pushing yourself to where you don't really want to do so much, but you're pushing yourself to try and maybe prove to somebody else that you can do it. That you're the big boy, that you're the big girl. But from my experience, if you're willing to taper off that bit and slow down and go at your own pace, like me, for example, I don't really lift heavy that much anymore. Maybe once in a while, but I prefer more medium weights with higher volume because they're more enjoyable for me. Or I like to skip and then run and then go backwards on the treadmill and, you know, do a circuit. Like a flighty fly thing, just fly around. That's what I like to do. But it took a while for me to get to a point where I realized like I didn't really have anything to prove to anyone. Only to prove to myself I can do it, but I can enjoy it at your own pace. I can enjoy it at my own pace. And that's what I recommend to you guys is find what you love to do there, but then enjoy it at your own pace. There's no rush to get like massive or get super strong, super fit. And like I said before, if you are consistent, do a little bit each day. Like some days I go there, I just do like 20 minutes. I'll do like 3 exercises. Some day maybe I'll do 45 minutes. For a boxing class, it's like an hour. But I don't really do too much more than that. And I've seen great gains aesthetically, physically, power, dexterity, flexibility, all these things from, you know, sometimes doing half an hour a day, 5 days a week. Sometimes 20 minutes a day, maybe four days a week. I've still found great power and great benefits from that. But you don't have to strain yourself to the point where you're like, fucking, I hate the gym. It shouldn't be like that. It shouldn't be like that. And, you know, it's like, well, then I won't be first place. Okay, if you got a competition, I understand. But if you're trying to compete against your best friend, Harry, because he's got bigger biceps, but you hate doing biceps, or at least loads of them, loads of curls, then don't do it, man. You got nothing to prove to anybody. Go at your own pace. And you will be surprised as well when you slow down and cool out at the gym, because right, everyone gets very heated, that people will come to you with questions, friendly conversations. They want to get to know you. Because I'm such a chilled out fucking guy at the gym and I don't really have much to prove, even though I still probably have a massive ego. I bet I do when I'm there, but anyway, we're all human. That people come up to me and chat. We have a good chin wag, right? I've made a couple of friends there because I'm not really grouchy. I'm not really like standoffish. I don't mind if people come over. I'm in no rush to get massive, right? Or get rid of all my ailments and become a He-Man. Like, nah, man, there's more of a slower pace, a more fun, luxurious experience. But yeah, that's what I will say. There will be people at the gym. Some people can be uppity. Some people can be strained and stressed because they're doing the gym for the wrong reasons, or at least they're having mixed reasons and a couple of them ain't really working out for them, right? Or they're going overbearing, overloading, and they're kind of pissed off that they're even there at all. They're in pain and they're stressed and wondering why the hell they're there. It's a good question to ask, right? But you can make the difference by being like a freaking guru in the gym, being more chilled out. So don't buy into the groupthink sometimes that you find at some gyms where it's, if you're not going as hard as possible, then you're like a loser. That's not the case, man. No one really cares about how someone else looks, right? People who are obsessed with themselves. So know that you can be a Jesus at the gym. You can take your time, have empathy, go at your own pace, be willing to be a goofball in the gym. Sometimes I do some odd things with weights. The other day I had these 1.25 kg. I was doing like the windmills to stretch your shoulders. And I was looking in the mirror, I was like, damn, I'm a damn goofball right now, man. But I loved it. I loved it because that's me. And it's experimentation. It's a willingness to look around, observe, but don't take yourself down that damn serious, right? It's like, cool, you got a six-pack or you got arms, but man, you could have an accident the next day, have no arms, right? Then you'll wonder why were you so stressed being all those years at the gym when you could have enjoyed them, right? You're gonna fucking lose your arms anyway, right? We're gonna lose our legs, our limbs, where eventually we explode and die. So why not enjoy the ride, right? And I guess the metaphor for the gym is life, right? But we're talking about the gym right now. So that's what I would say. Let's recap. I would say, when you first go, understand it's okay to be nervous and just throw yourself on a machine or two. Could be treadmill, could be free weights. Something you understand and simple. Get a good work in, get a good sweat, and don't worry about all the other miscellaneous weights and ways and starves around you. Just focus on what you know. Do some pull-ups, something like that. Next day, or next week, whenever you want to go, try something else. And then the next week, if you want to learn a new technique, I'd recommend watching a YouTube video beforehand and practicing that technique in the air, with your hands or at the park, whatever. So then when you come to the squat rack, when you come to the mat, you know a little bit of what to do and you're more willing to get out of the comfort zone. Next thing is, don't be in such a rush to get absolutely massive or prove to others or even yourself sometimes that you're gonna kick ass and stuff at the gym. Like, relax. It's awesome. The gym is amazing and you should be excited, but at the same time, it's not gonna save your life. It's not gonna bring you out of depression or the dead, or it can help. It can be a massive help, but being big or looking like a proud fucking Herculean lion, which I'm getting more each day, I love it, but it's not that big of a deal. So realize you can take your time and you don't have to prove, because what I've noticed as well, when people prove, they often end up with injuries, right? Trying to prove to your wife that you're strong, you're trying to up your best friend and crack your back or something. So take your time. Be a gym master, be a Dumbledore of the gym. Dumbbell door. Be a dumbbell door of the gym and take your sweet time, enjoy it. Realize what you thought might take 2 days might take 2 weeks, but you get to enjoy the process. And again, no need to prove. What else? Yeah, I think finally, be open to the gym. When you don't have anything to prove, because you're not bigger than other men or women, You're not as lean. You're not as aesthetically pleasing to the mass collective of not having a six-pack, and you compare. When you drop that and just do your thing, you'll be friendly. And when you're friendly, people will feel that and they want to speak to you. Because sometimes people are nervous at the gym. They get nervous because there's a lot of primal energy, sexual energy, testosterone flying about, hormones being released, right? When you deadlift and squat and stuff. A lot of energy going on, like a caveman booger stuff. But if you can relax into that and not need to rush, you'll be an enjoyable person to be around, and you will bring a unique aspect to the gym that is highly needed. We need people like me, we need people like you who know how to do their own thing, give people personal space, but still enjoy and have goals, but not being in such a rushing, proving, comparison mindset. Fourth or fifth point, I don't know where I'm at now, but you can get a lot more than you think out of the gym than you may think by not doing too much. You can learn to do more with less. As you go along with the gym, you'll understand what your body needs, and you'll cut certain things out which just weren't necessary, and you'll know how to be more efficient. And I think over time, you'll find that your body is just better. It's more adaptive at picking up weights, at running and stuff like this. So for me personally, I see the gym or fitness as like a lifelong practice. And if you guys see that for yourself as well, you'll grant yourself the opportunity to basically take your time. Really get to know your body, not be in a rush. Stretch the muscles at your own rate. Lift at your own weight. Stretch and test yourself for you, for no one else. And that makes it so much more delicious, so much more divine. A divine opportunity to grow there. And I suppose the final point I'd add on, if you're new to the gym or you're just wondering how to make it more enjoyable, is take care of yourself outside of it. Now you don't have to be like a David Goggins or the guy who wants to live to like 200. He makes me laugh. I love him, but you don't have to be like, I don't know, Kino Body or someone who's got a very aesthetically healthy lifestyle outside of the gym. But I do recommend just, taking care of yourself to some degree. Like for me, when it comes to like rest and recovery, I like to swim. I like to take cold showers. Cold showers are really good for inflammation. I like to do deep breathing, relax, saunas, a little bit of stretching, maybe a bit of stretching in the morning. And it doesn't have to be big, but what I mean is, if you're going to the gym, unless you're a top G, maybe you're a top G and you can do something I can't, but just basic common sense. If you go into the gym and you've got that energy, you're feeling rowdy, you're feeling pure, you're feeling strong, and then you just dine in on maybe like KFC and Skittles every evening, ice cream, then I wouldn't say it ruins it. It doesn't ruin it, but I would say there's maybe complementary vibrations or complementary habits you can bring in, which will really complement your gym sessions and kind of expand the fitness outside of the gym. Like for me, if I go to the gym, right, and don't get me wrong, I like to party, but like if I go to the gym and then I have like a cold shower and then maybe do some deep breathing and then have like a little greens shake or something, I have that like 4 or 5 chain combo, bum 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 bum. I feel fucking amazing afterwards, like whoa. Or gym, sauna, steam, something like that. I feel absolutely amazing. So dialing in your diet a little bit, drinking lots of water, taking walks, getting out into nature, these little things can complement the gym a lot. So know that. And maybe the 7th point, or 8th point, whatever it is almost like the opposite of that. You don't have to be so anal when it comes to the gym and then your diet. That seems to upset a lot of people. From my observation, the way they live, if you're anal and uptight, you start proving and defending and all of these kind of silly things. So remember, you don't have anything to prove. You don't have to be anal outside of the gym and make your diet so dialed in that you're super healthy but you feel like you're dying inside. Because if you feel like you're dying inside, well, that's the clue that the diet's kind of not working, right? It doesn't have to be a martyrdom. It doesn't have to be a sacrifice going to the gym and living well. It doesn't. You can party, you can bring in all these different energies and they complement each other, right? So you want to have a healthy spirit first, right? Healthy body means nothing if you're sad, depressed and lonely, right? So I'm going off on a bit of a tangent, but don't buy into scared people's opinions so much on the gym and diet, and if you don't do this you're gonna die, or it's too much overworking, underworking. Listen to you, but just remember what I said. You have nothing to prove, and if you anything, it's only to yourself, and you do have the gift of time. So value your time and try to make it a sweet deal and enjoy your time at the gym. Take your time and eat well, but then relax and enjoy and see how wonderful you fucking feel after you just do a couple of things, dial them in, do them for a couple of months. You'll be blown away. It's like, Jesus, I don't even feel like I really do anything because I really enjoy it. I can still snack, I can still have my pizzas. I might have like a vape now and again. Ooh, had a drink, right? You can still do these things and be super healthy, right? So know that, my beautiful kids out there, my freaking 18 plus children, men and women in your 50s, 60s, 70s, you still got it. Get out there. You young'uns, get out there, get in the gym, enjoy yourselves and have fun. This is Scott calling out.